So it's been a while. Welcome back. There is a competition on the Kojima Productions Twitter for photos. This month is distance, and I thought since one of the things that had been mentioned was maybe a tutorial on how to use the camera function in this and take good photos. So I'm going to see if I can find a place that kind of matches the statement of distance and just see what I can come up with. I've already got some photos that I've done previously in some areas, but let's travel around. I'm gonna try to get out of the snow and find a good place for a neat photo. And I'll kind of explain why I do what I do and what steps I think make the best photo.
Let's get a move on.
In true gamer fashion, I will be suffering and taking quite possibly the hardest method to get back out of here. I was gonna go through the abandoned factory, but because I do have zip lines through there, but I can't remember where the Magellan is right now. So I'm gonna kind of go up here and see if there's anything close. If not, I may end up going back to Mexico. They have some really nice spots. This is like the only paver that I have left in this game. I got so frustrated when I ended the game and kind of found out that some of our theories were correct, which I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't finished the game. I absolutely hate the whole tomorrow is Lou storyline. I think it's so tired and so boring. I was really hoping that you would have tomorrow as her own person, or even Neil's child, or anybody's child, or just someone else's, just like not related to Sam and them, and that Lou would be her own entity. That was my hope, which I thought it was so dumb that you spend an entire game, trying to get things done, trying to. It's my road. No, but my road is together. Like the whole game is grief and how to get over grief. And then once you get over the grief, they just give your baby back. That was so silly to me. Like, and it wasn't even like your baby. It was like a grown woman who doesn't even call you dad. Like, she's like, I'm your Lou, Sam. It's so awkward. I just found the whole ending very cringy. Compared to like the awesomeness of the first game, I was just like, this is silly. So I am a hater, but I will admit, I mean, this game has the most beautiful landscape that has much better gameplay. It's just sad that the first game's story had so much more lore and information. I felt like the characters were deeper. I felt like the characters in this game were just kind of silly. They just restarted and had like the same story that they had before. For instance, we had Higgs, who was just
Anybody out there?
a villain again, and we had Fragile, who got hurt again. We had Amelie, who just sort of wasn't there and then showed up and then was gone, just like in the other game. We had Dead Man, who they just killed off, which was lame. They gave him a beach after he basically went the whole game and was like not happy, but okay with the fact that he didn't have a beach. Um, so like, why change that just so that you can have him out of the game? Like, it would have been better if he had just had a cameo and they just didn't. I don't know, just didn't have him in the game. But I mean, maybe that's the not the right way to think about it. Uh, oh, I lost my coffin board. But yeah, I just felt really
Let's get a
disappointed
move
with
on.
a lot of the story and just I thought it was really uninspired. And I know that might be like an unpopular opinion because people are just all about it. They're just like, this is the greatest game ever. Nothing ever has been better than this. I can't imagine
Hell yeah!
anything better than Death Stranding 2. But as someone who just really liked the first game, I don't see it. I don't get what is better about this game. Unless they just mean gameplay. Because like people keep saying how the story is so touching and how it like shocked them. And I just don't get it. If you've watched any movie, like there was no surprise. It was the most straightforward, boring plot that I've ever seen. And I was really disappointed by that because I felt like it had the potential to be so good and have so much going on. And I just felt disappointed on so many ends. Um, the other thing is, tomorrow you didn't get to play as her, which fine, I get it. There's a whole nother game probably coming out or movie or whatever. And that's great. I'm not gonna be a complete hater that we couldn't play an NPC's part. But I was super bored by like the fact that they brought back Higgs just to have his story be the exact same story. Ooh, I want revenge. Like he should have just stayed dead. Like I love his outfit and stuff, but he's just a big nothing burger. Like what's the point? He's just doing the same story again. And then like the fact that he's been on the beach for like 1,000 years or 1 billion years or whatever, and I get that they're just trying to be like, yeah, see, he's so sad and depressed, and he didn't learn from his problems and all this stuff, which is like, okay, fine. Uh, but also, I don't know that that was like the best storyline. I mean, I think we could have went a different way. We had Tarman, who was a really cool concept, but he was just like kind of a one-off. And we had the fact that his son got like eaten and he had a hand in the tar, and that was such a cool idea. And then nothing really came of it other than we have a ship that can never do anything because it's always stuck. And when you finally get to use it, you're already like overpowered enough it doesn't matter. So I don't know. I don't want to like crap on the game because I appreciate Death Stranding for what it was for me in the first bit, which was, I loved Death Stranding when it got me back into gaming. It got me back into YouTube and just being a part of like communities. And I don't know, it's just kind of disappointing because Neil is just Cliff's story all over again. Same thing. He's basically got a BB, except it's not a BB. It's Lou slash Tomorrow, and on top of like him kind of being just a copycat, they basically nerfed Lucy's story so that she wasn't. I mean, she was still basically killed by Amelie and them, but they made her like kind of a cheater and like made it for like Sam I don't know, like, if he was just like, yeah, we had an open relationship, cool. But then we went from Sam loves his wife, he keeps a photo, everything was great, to yeah, she cheated on me, and that baby's not even my baby, and I'm a hater. And then, like, then it is his baby, and he's like, oh, my wife didn't cheat on me. That's so awesome. Like, what?
Yo!
What a big nothing burger. It's just like drama for the sake of drama. And so, I don't know. I don't mean to be like I said, I don't want to be a hater, but it was kind of lame. And so maybe people will be like, I love that story. I didn't see it coming. Like, I think it's awesome that Lucy cheated on her husband, slash, didn't cheat on her husband. And that's fine. I'm glad that people like it. I'm really disappointed that I didn't like it. I kind of wish that I could, like, get over myself and enjoy it, but unfortunately, I just don't like it. There are so many things I wish would have happened. I wish that if Higgs was going to be a part of this story, that there was something more to it. That maybe, I didn't like, okay, my other complaint is that they killed the elder. I did not spend a bajillion years. Okay, I don't remember this over here. Huh. I guess I ever noticed this. What the heck? What the heck? I've never noticed this before. Kill me. Okay, that's so funny. Anyway, um, oh yeah, the Elder. Okay, I spent a very long time. I went back. You guys were here for that. If you watched me playing, I went back every 100 orders to make sure that the Elder didn't die. Because if you don't check on him every like 100 orders, he's dead. Well, then this game basically implies that they wanted him dead because you get a letter that says, yeah, Sam, I was just kidding. I'm not actually dead. I faked my death so that I could run away to some fort or something. Um, you know what? Let's just go find it. I have it it's in this thing. Let's just go complain about it some. This was supposed to be a camera video. I'm definitely gonna have to put stamps for where that is. What is that thing called? The corpus? Also, this is stupid. I feel like this is for people who like can't keep up, which is fine. I'm not being a hater. I'm not trying to be a hater. But I feel like they were just lazy and they didn't want to do the emails. And I feel like some of this information is wrong. Some of this information is not correct and it makes me mad. Let's see. Let's go to, is he under the elder possibly? Yeah. Yeah, look at this BS, okay? Wait, crap. Okay. Someone must remember this old guy. Sam delivered cargo to the elder when he was connecting the UCA to the chiral network. Please forgive me, the message from the elder reads. The note I left for you can't have been easy to read. I just wanted to say I had my reasons for doing what I did. The note? There was a freaking note because freaking, sir, I kept your butt alive. Okay? I used to be an engineer and was involved with the design of the prepper shelter. Okay, the elder's whole story in Death Stranding 1 is that he's a hater. He doesn't help anyone. He doesn't want to be anybody's friend. And he doesn't want to work with anybody. And then Sam comes and he's like, you know what? Maybe all you jerks aren't so bad. Okay, so he says, that's why I decided to live in a prepper shelter. Proof that my design was up to scratch. But you taught me the importance of connecting to others, and as luck would have it, Bridges asked me to help them combine my shelter design into their residential developments. I agreed to help and knew I'd have to go to the city to conduct the necessary field research, but the terrorists weren't going to let me do that. Bull crap. Bull crap, okay? Because there were no terrorists up on his hill. The only thing he could be talking about is the mules that were underneath his house. And you know what? That doesn't even make sense. Do you know how many times Sam knocked all those mules out? Anyway, makes me really mad, makes me frustrated. And I'm like, this, as far as I know, this note does not change if you've platinum the first game. So, like, this just means in canon he was supposed to die. And I think that's crap. Okay, then he said, I disguised myself as a corpse and got carried to the Bridges facility instead. If I wanted deception to work, I needed Sam to believe it too. I'm so sorry. I want you to know that I've never forgotten you and I'm so grateful. I never thought we'd meet like this again. Okay, what the crap? So first of all, how do we even get this message? First of all, okay, because they're using his face as the APAC guy because they're saying that whenever the APAC computer dude blew up the UCA place, that all these souls got linked into the APAC dude, and now he can like steal their faces. They're all a part of him. That's what the whole server thing is about. Their souls are inside the server. He's basically a data miner. Blah blah blah. I'm so angry about this. And now you're telling me, so either the elder saying this, we didn't even get to hear this from the elder, which makes me mad. This is just in the corpus. So we have to assume that when the APAC guy's like, look at my face, do you recognize my face? I'm the elder, I'm evil. Like, we didn't even get this part said to us. Like, it's implying that the elder spoke this to us, but like we didn't even get to hear it. So I think this is a ripoff and I hate it. Okay. That's my complaint. I have so much pent up frustration about this. I don't even want to talk about the fact that we go to the motherhood and she takes the bullet out of us, which is the bullet that we got shot by Bridget with, which is what made the whole story start in the first place. And we get one line, and it's like, that's a lot of weight to carry around, or whatever. People who didn't play the first game don't even know what that bullet is. They don't even understand. I'm so frustrated. Why would you put that one off moment with Cliff, the only thing related to Cliff? What? It just doesn't even make any sense. It's like we don't even talk about Cliff in this game, except for the fact when Sam's like, huh, this seems familiar, and then he gets sucked into Neil's tar world. I'm gonna throw something. I just feel like the story was so lame. Oh, okay. I gotta calm down. I'm just so bad. I'm just so frustrated because I feel like, first of all, I cannot remember how to. How do I go? I've not played this in so long. There we go. Yeah, so we're gonna go somewhere and take a photo, but I just want you guys to know, as you can passionately hear in my voice, I'm so frustrated by so many things in this game, things that I feel like are plot holes, things that make no sense, the tattoo that Lou has, that Tamara has, the little heart symbol that Lou has had since birth, it's supposed to be a birthmark, with the only other time we've ever seen a tattoo-like thing on someone would be the handprints on Sam. My assumption was that, maybe the heart was the first place someone touched them because when Sam's a baby and Amelie picks him up for the first time, he has one tiny tar print on him, which is where she touched him. And what really aggravates me about this is that, obviously, um, can I eat that stick thing? Okay, anyway. Um, I forgot what I was talking about. I got so frustrated. There was something. There was something I was about to just go crazy about, and I've already forgotten it. So guess what? You guys don't get to hear my crazy story. I've got to figure out. I literally don't remember how to go anywhere. Is it this button? Oh yeah, the tattoos. And so like Higgs has the same tattoo. That to me is so stupid because they don't touch on it. And we don't know if it's fake, if he put that on himself. I don't think he did. How's he going to tattoo himself? And if it's not fake, then what's the lore behind it? Why does he have it? Is he connected? Is it a repatriate mark? My entire theory about him being a BB that was, uh, not resurrected, but like a failed BB experiment. Like, it doesn't make sense anymore, obviously, because of that, but it just made me think, like, why? Why is that there? What is the point of it even being there? Because it doesn't make, they didn't do any story reason for it. So, I don't know. Some of that stuff just drives me nuts because I think it's just so silly. It's like, why did we come up with this? I never did beat this place. I'll have to do that eventually. I don't really think anything here will be that nice of a photo. So I think I'm going to go to Mexico once I figure out what button to press. The best photos in Mexico, in my opinion, are up here. So we'll go there. Yeah. Okay, so beyond that point, that's the big one that I really wanted to be figured out. And it kind of drove me crazy that they didn't say anything about it. They didn't talk about it. We never figured anything out. I think those are my major complaints. I can't think of anything else at the moment other than the fact that, like, Fragile dying was so lame. And I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop complaining. Oh man, it's raining. I keep trying to get good photos, and these guys are not working with me. Maybe I need to go to sleep and wake back up again. Oh, I'm all the way down here. I thought I would be actually up there. Where am I? So am I below? Oh, I need to go to the hill. Okay, we're gonna detach this. And the thing is, like, this game has awesome stuff. It really does. There's a lot of stuff that is just really cool about it. I just think it didn't live up to the hype for me. And that's always, a frustration whenever you are really looking forward to something and then for it not to live up to the hype. And I know that it did for a lot of people, but for me, I just felt really frustrated that it felt like they abandoned the people in the last game. Like, it felt like they abandoned fans of the first game to bring in a new crowd, which I understand that money is kind of what makes the world go round. I just wish that they had stayed a little more true to what they did in the first game. And I think by that, what I mean is the first game was for people who understood, like, isolation. Ooh, almost died. And it was really special. And this one just felt more
Enough
like
already.
they were tired and they wanted to give people who didn't enjoy the first game a game to play and kind of abandon those of us that really did enjoy the first game. And it felt like they said, you guys wanted, an action game, so we're going to give it to you. And what I think frustrated me about that was the fact that, they gave us an action game, but they did away with a lot of the stuff that was just really great about the first game. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me if you think that I'm being dramatic. And I do wish that I had, like, kind of a different opinion on it. Let's see if I can get down here and not die. So I just think, like, man, wouldn't it be just so awesome if we did enjoy it? Because there's a lot of people who were not pleased with the game just because it felt like it it didn't stick to some of the stuff that made us enjoy it. So like I said, I'm really happy for people who did enjoy it. I kind of wish that I was one of them. But the longer I stay away from the game, the easier it gets for me to enjoy it. Oh, we're gonna die. Don't die.
Are you okay, Sam?
Oh my God, doll man, shut up. That's another thing I don't like. I don't like little doll. And I don't like anything that came in the collector's edition. Like I don't like I think the doll keychain was like a lame, like they got a freaking BB in the last game. You know what I'm saying? They got a freaking baby in a pod, and I get a little dork on a keychain, and then the Magellan Man, like I don't even like that monster. I thought it was gonna end up being like Higgs or someone or Amelie like helping us, and then it wasn't. And so that I did not appreciate that at all. And then like to get like postcards, like that's the lamest thing. And to spend all that money and just like that's what we ended up with, I did not appreciate. Like I just felt it wasn't very high quality, especially knowing like the hype. But I put down I went ahead and bought the Higgs Prime 1 like 1/6 statue. And I'm gonna go to the Strands of Harmony tour, and I think that's kind of the end of my um, like splurging and stuff. I wonder if you can't go any farther down than this. Have I made a mistake? Ooh, let's see if we can die. It's been a long time since I've died in this game. I haven't repatriated in so long. Like, let's see. Oh, let's get a photo. This will be our distance photo. So here's what I love to do. I like to turn on the camera. This is going to be the actual tutorial part, I guess. And I hold down the left, I don't know what you call it, joystick? The left joystick. We are so gonna eat shit when we get down there. Um, I hold down the left joypad, and the right one does this. It goes up and down, left and right. But typically, I try to stick to the left and right one because they will stay flat for you, whereas the other one's more like angular. If you push it forward, it'll zoom in. If you push it back, it'll zoom out the left one. The right one is much more like it helps you get like the angles. Okay, so you can do more than this, obviously, but I always turn off the UI so we don't have that. I turn off any signs and I turn off the Odra deck scan. The really cool thing that you can do is you can do the focal length and take it out even farther. And then you can also like set this to roll if you wanted a like a vertical portrait of a photo, which I might do that. I'm addicted to the depth of field stuff, and I never use autofocus because I'm cool like that. I like to play with the focus and kind of get things. You can tell it if you want it to focus really far or really close. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, okay. So if you go like down, it's only gonna focus like it almost can't focus on anything right now because the camera needs to be very close. So the focus would be 0.3 meters. But if you go all the way to the end, it'll keep everything in focus. Now, the reason that matters is because if you go down to aperture and you start messing with this, you can change like where things get blurry. So I would need to get my focus a little bit differently. Try to see if I can. I'm probably too far. Let me kind of get closer to him and maybe you'll be able to see it. This actually is gonna be kind of a cool photo. Okay, so you can see like he's blurry. Now he's not. This usually it works a little bit better when you're actually taking like a real photo and you're not like zoomed crazy out like I am. But That's how I get things that have like the bokeh effect on them. Let's see. If I do this, his gloves. I think I kind of want his gloves to be extra shiny. Okay. And you can do autofocus and it will do stuff for you, but I don't find it to be as fun, uh, which is what matters to me, I guess. Let's see if I can get back to how I had it, because I kind of liked. Ooh, so I'm using my right joystick to try to get a cool photo. Oh, and if you push the left joystick too much, the camera, it's almost like if you had a camera mod, it will bump into rocks and then suddenly get crazy. I feel like there's too much white light in this. And the reason I say that is, oh my gosh, I don't feel like the Kojima team likes photos that have a lot of white in them. I feel like, oop, okay, so I'm zooming in and out. I need that to chill. There we go. They tend to pick photos that are mostly based on environment. I've noticed like the screenshots that they pick typically um, are going to be very heavy on environment. There's typically not a lot of NPCs in the photos that they pick. Now, I've never won, but I have never really been um, like doing it when I'm supposed to. Like, I feel like I'm always late. I always see that the competition is happening much later, so I accidentally miss it like all the time. Now, here's what I can do next. On the next tab, we've got exposure, contrast, color filters. If you go all the way down, you can turn it basically into nighttime. If you go all the way up, you can blast out the screen with white light. Where this gets nice is when you are turning up the brightness, but also the contrast. So you can do something like this, where it's extremely contrasted, turn up that exposure, or turn the exposure way down. Now, if you turn your contrast way down, you can end up with some pretty neat, uh, like less shadow areas. So it'll kind of look like this, where your black point is much higher. I like playing with that quite a bit because I feel like it's the difference between, like just a screenshot of the game and what makes it look like virtual photography. Color filters are neat, but I find that a lot of time they don't do a lot for you unless the area is already quite like a color you don't want. So grayscale I don't typically use. Noir is pretty good if you want that kind of like really saturated black. Sepia, of course. Now we have a cyan filter, which is good for when you're in like the mechanics area, the red desert. We've got magenta, twilight. I liked twilight in DS1 quite a bit, but I don't feel like it's as good in this game. Retro's a really popular one I like. I feel like it just makes everything look really cool. It works better on faces than on the environment. We have shiny. You can't tell it here, but typically shiny is going to make things look really bright and pop. Vivid's the same thing. It makes all the colors come out and focuses more on color than on anything else, which I think might be the best for this one. You can make the noise go up really high and it gives you that kind of staticky effect. I don't see a lot of people use that on their photos. I'll do it sometimes just because I kind of like that. It gives that almost like a real photo effect. We also have the, I don't actually know, vignette? Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure I know how to say that. You can make things much darker. You can lighten the vignette. You can distort the lens, which just kind of gives you like a fisheye, which is kind of a cool effect. And you can also do chromatic aberration and get those kind of neat blue lines. Now, we can also do poses. You're not going to be able to see that very well, but you can also turn Sam off if you just want a photo of the environment. You can change his poses. We will go through that in a different spot when we are closer to Sam. I think I'm going to go ahead and snap this photo. Oh my gosh, it takes forever to get back to the normal one. There's so many now that it's kind of like, okay, what's that one? I don't remember whatever this is. Kabuki Ensemble? Let me change my lighting so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Oh, is this just like, oh, that's where they're like, okay, I know what that is. They're like both doing like a little fighting stance. It's kind of a cool. See, this is the best part to me about the game, and it's one of the reasons that I can come back and play it and not be too frustrated and angry because I really like the virtual photography, and so even if everything else is frustrating to me about it, I do really enjoy this part. It's so funny. I'm going to take the roll off because I actually don't like the roll right now. I like it for phone photos, but like I said, I've never seen them pick one of those. They're really, in my opinion, they're really big on picking photos that have almost nothing like in them. They don't usually pick any that have poses. It's all about the game engine, really. I think I'm gonna move on. I don't really like this photo, and I think we're about to die, so that'll be fun. Yeah, let's save our settings. Oh, did we live?
Sam, can you hear me? Wake up!
Oh, cool. Oh, I was really hoping that. Oh, it takes me all the way back up here. I'm not repatriating. I'm gonna go over here and see how far we can get. Ooh, are those skulls? Oh no, they're just rocks. I'm always expecting cool things in this game, and they never happen. I expect too much. I sometimes like to see how far the camera can go. That's one of the things I find really fun is like, how far can we get away with this? Not very far, apparently. It's like really wanting me to go back to my body. It's too bad that we can't see like the figures when we're underwater. Yeah, there's my baby that is dead, I guess. Alright, where am I? Well, that's too bad that we can't actually get down there very well. Let's go over to the sand. Oh, let's not die again. Okay, yep.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously, Sam, let's go. We are gonna go over to the sand and take a photo over there. And maybe there'll be less rain over there. I do like the coffin board. Like, there are things in this game that I think are really neat. Like, we have the coffin board. We have, I think the guitar thing is so stupid, but like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna hate on that. Sometimes I think games need silly stuff. I did like the sniper rifle. That really made my day. I was so pleased to see the sniper rifle. Let's see. Not that way. When I first played this game, I like didn't even notice this was over. It took me forever. To find the way down. I just never even realized it was over here. Gosh. You can do it. Maybe. The coffin board in me, like, we fight more than we get along. But I don't want to go build anything else right now. Ah. Is this the right path? Am I here? Is it here? Is this the... Oh, I'm getting closer. You think I'll die if I do this? Oh yeah, we're dead. Well, actually, no, we got the coffin board. We should be able to live. For real? Man. We can't survive nothing. Let me go touch these people. Who are you? Come here. Are you actual people? Yeah, let's connect. Come here. Connect with me. Come here. Connect with me. Ooh, you look freaky. Connect with me. We both died. Connect. Okay, what? Oh, how fun! They actually look like Sam this time around. Sort of. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, get away from the body so I can see it, camera. Can I not take a photo right now? There we go. So that is Norman Reedus's body, but it doesn't have the scar. What's that about? Ooh, get away from me. Freak. That's weird. Why would it not have his scar? Why can't I connect to this dude? That's so strange to me. Because that's definitely, yeah, that's his model. Why does his hair look like that? Because these are the tar guys, but I found that very weird. Why would you not include the scar if it's supposed to be Sam from a different body? Anyway, see, these are the issues I have with this. Like, the lore does not match up, because if we are the Sammings, or whatever he called it, the Sam people, because Kojima has, like, a name that he calls that. Sam ones, I think is what he calls it. Like, I do not know, like, why would that one not have the scar? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? I bet this recording is going to be 1 hour of me just absolutely losing my mind over the inconsistencies. Oh, this still isn't the right way. My goodness. I obviously don't know where I'm going. Is it back here? I feel like there's like a way that I'm supposed to go. There's like, yeah, you have to go up here. See, I figured it out. I can do this. I wonder if anyone's got up there yet. Spent a lot of the first game, like, climbing on things, which is very fun. Should put a speed skeleton on if I'm gonna be running this whole time. I think these photos would look probably best. Just because the gate looks really neat. Also, I have a stabilizer on. It doesn't work like the one in the first game. The one in the first game, I could jump like 2 miles off a mountain and not die. And I feel like this one doesn't do anything. Yay, we did it. So let's see what kind of fancy photo we can get here. Which I'm sure most people will try to get one like this. But let's use the camera stuff. So we'll start again. Everything's off. We're going to go turn off the lens distortion because that's what's got us messed up right now. We'll also turn off that. We're going to just turn this off completely. This will be one of the places where it'll be good to use the filters because of how green it is. I love how close you can get to stuff. That looks pretty cool. And how there's like an oil filter on it. I'll zoom out a little bit. And the theme is distance, so we definitely want to try to show distance, but without losing too much of like the photo that we're trying to get. I think it might be better if I was so I almost think like an up angle would look better, but I don't think the camera can get any lower here. So
Hey!
let's do this. Ooh, I wonder if I can get the. Now I did spend a lot of time trying to catch a lightning strike when I was first here. Maybe we could try that. Try to like we'll get a low angle and see if we can't get a lightning strike in it. Don't worry, I usually don't play
Are
this
you injured,
terribly.
Sam?
I'm just like I know I'm not gonna be saving, so I'm just kind of going crazy. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, so we should be able to get like a photo of the lightning strike, hopefully. We'll go like up here. Yeah. You know what was funny? I really thought that those could hit you when I first played, and obviously they can't, which is just silly. And like, I hate that stuff. Like, what do you mean I can't get over the wall? That makes me so
Too
mad.
close for comfort.
Mom, I hate that doll.
Eyes open, dumbass.
Okay, fine. I just wanted a good photo. We'll go on this rock if we can stop falling off the rock. Okay.
My name's Sam.
Oh, it's the wrong button. That's why I can't press it. Okay. So we should be able to break through the wall with the camera. Oh, maybe not. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We are going to use focal length to get closer. Then we are going to change the exposure way down so that we can get a good photo. I think I'm going to put the contrast way up. Vivid. And I know that they want things to be mostly realistic, so I'm going to look for something that's not too crazy. Vivid's not bad. I don't like that. Okay, so I gotta figure out where I want my focus at. Okay, so that is gonna take. So I would like for the orange to be shiny. So I need to focus. So I'm moving the actual game camera backwards in space, but keeping the focal length. And so that allows me to get like more dust in the camera. Move up a little bit. And of course we want it to be artsy so that they will pick it. Which I just noticed that up there looks like the blue flame that Sam has. Okay, if you notice, we are actually behind the wall because I've moved the camera so far back, which is fine. I probably need to turn Sam. Okay, Sam is off. Yeah, because if I had him on, he'd be at the very bottom there. Which maybe I can use that to my advantage. Let's see. Because I could kind of cut it to where it looks like he's standing in front of it, and maybe we don't see the wall. These are the kind of yeah, there we go. Something like that. I kind of wish I could zoom out even farther. So I'm trying to change the angle to get like more space in between there for Sam to be in. So there's a kind of like a sand pit behind me that's kind of jacking me up right now. Okay, the aperture. We want it to be focused on the back, not the front. So I think if I push it all the way to the end, does that do it? Yes. Okay. So now I've got the back in focus and the front blurred, which will make the photo look a little bit neater. Kind of wish that I could get rid of that that wall. If we roll it, we can straighten out the fence at least. So we don't. That one doesn't look very good. This is a little bit better. I feel like I need to get just a little bit closer. Have a better crop. I wish I could get. I wish Sam wasn't so big in the picture because this is actually turning out pretty good. Okay, if we turn. Oh, so that's if we don't have any color on. So it is good that we have this on. What does lens distortion do? See, I never really know how to use that. I don't really want to use that. I haven't even started with the lighting stuff yet. I'm going to see if there's like a better pose. Oh, that's a jump kick. That's kind of cool. But he's like in the wrong direction, unfortunately. I think the one where Lou is flying. Oh, that one could be cool. You know what? I have Sam's hat on. Oh, I wish I didn't have his hat on because I'm never going to be able to get back to this exact angle. Oh, yeah, it turns body towards the camera. Oh, that didn't work. Darn it. This is kind of a cool thing. So now I just need to kind of make sure everything here looks okay. Now we can go to the end. And there are logos, but I've never seen anyone get picked that had a logo on or anything like that. So I usually don't put any of that stuff on there. There are different frames. Again, I have never seen anyone get picked that had a frame on. So you can do lighting, and I feel like this almost needs to be its own video. But if you turn on, like for instance, I'm going to turn on light 1, you can move the lighting around the circle. And so you can actually put your own filters. Oh my gosh, how do I get it? I gotta remember how to do it first. Which I think I need it to be even bigger. Oh, there. He's got some on his hand right there. I gotta figure out how close I gotta be for this to work. I think I'm. This part is still a little confusing because you gotta get it like at just the right angle for stuff to work. And I think I need to turn up the intensity because you can make it much brighter. You can make it much wider. This one I'm having trouble figuring out where it's at. Oh, okay. So you can kind of light things up. Now, this is not a great photo to show you this on, just because, like, Sam is not the important part. And I don't think you could make it go far enough to, like, reach over there, to be on top of, those things. You'd have to be really close. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and take this photo and to make it look right for the Kojima stuff, I'm going to actually hide the menu and then hold down the button to take a photo. The unfortunate part when you're recording a video is that you can't really do that. You have to take a photo. Like if you take a photo with the X button like this, it will save it to the game, but not to the PlayStation app, which really ticked me off. So in order to save it to the PlayStation app, you have to press square, hide your menu, and then hold down like the capture button in order to take a photo. So I hope this helps you learn a little bit more about photo mode. I hope that you enjoyed the rant. I think I'm just going to label this as rant/tutorial. And then maybe come back with a more intense lighting tutorial where it is just how do you actually use the lighting. So let me know if you're interested in that. Let me know your thoughts down below. And thank you for listening to me ramble for an hour. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.